Well, hello. So, I don't really like making nighttime videos just because they look funny whenever I look at them on YouTube. But, this is what time it is. I have no control over that, so I'm making a video. So, today I probably shouldn't have, but I took a personal day. I just, I've been having some issues sleeping, and it's not, it's mainly my dreams are waking me up, and I use the term dream very loosely. Been thinking about a lot of stuff that's been weighing heavy on my mind, that's interfering with my sleep. So, but anyways, that's here nor there. So I woke up and just wasn't really feeling like I wanted to participate in the world. So, I took a personal day and just stayed at home all day, but I didn't just sit there and sit around the house. I went to doing a very massive deep cleaning, and it's kind of hard to explain, but I have a lot of clothing at my house that I'm going to be selling at the studio, and I brought in way too much, and it's just like it got overwhelming. So all day today I've been going and folding up clothes and getting stuff set aside so that whenever I go to sell them, which is coming up here pretty soon, but I got all that figured out, and everything's folded and cleaned up and put away, and everything's nice and neat now, and the studio is clear. Dang it, I just remembered something else I was supposed to get. I just went to Walmart to pick up some boxes because I have a bunch of hangers. I was gonna build a hanger rack, in the back of, I don't know if many people know about it, but they have little, in fact, if you ever been to Ross, my camera's moving, but if you ever been to Ross, they have the little stacks of hangers right there in the front where they hang them all up, and they're all in this nice little rack. But anyways, I was gonna build one of them. I was like, why am I gonna sit there and spend time building something when I can just buy a couple of boxes? So I went on Walmart.com and I did the online ordering thing, and never done it before, so I figured I'd try it out. So I ordered some boxes online, and I get up to Walmart and I park in a little spot, and I called a little phone number, and they're like, "We're closed." I'm looking around and I'm like, no, y'all not. So anyways, I walked in the store and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're way behind schedule. It's going to be like another 2 hours." I was like, well, I said, and I ordered at one that I don't normally go to just because it's a nicer store. It's not the one closest to me. So, it's a little bit of a drive. But anyways, so they said it's going to be a couple hours. I was like, well, is there any other option? You can either cancel it or come back tomorrow. I said, if I cancel it, can I go ahead and get the stuff that I ordered anyways? They're like, yeah, no problem. I was like, well, shoot, if I'd known this, I just came in and, anyways. So I canceled the order. And went in and got the stuff that I wanted, which is basically boxes and tape, where I can box up all these hangers, and that's going to be the rest of my night, is boxing up hangers. But I'm really, I kind of feel bad because I wanted to get some door stuff done and build some doors today. But at the same time, I'm really glad that I got my house under control and, kind of cleaned up around and just, made things around me a little bit nicer to where I'm not flustered all the time. In fact, behind me is still the door I did Saturday. Yeah, I did a door Saturday, and I still have that, the old door loaded in the back of the truck. So, but my mom went out to the flea market and she sold today, and I guess everybody's wondering when I'm going to sell again. I was like, I don't know. Like, I want to, but I'm too busy about doing doors. But today I kind of was thinking, I was like, you know what? I got some door jobs on the books. Let me go ahead and knock these things out, and I'm just going to start, tomorrow. I'm going to go through and just get all the doors, get them all built, get everything kind of ready for the next few weeks. And I'm going to just go through and get all the doors done this month. I'm not going to sell nothing. I'm not going to worry anything. I'm going to do some test runs on Twitch, and I'm going to be putting some stuff on Poshmark and eBay just because I got all my printers and label makers and all that stuff, and I'm going to be setting all that up tonight because now I finally have room. And But anyways, that's what I've been working on, and still working on the studio. But like I said, the studio's done. I literally just need to get some light bulbs because I got some lamps, like studio lamps. So whenever I'm gonna have a nice little setup to take pictures, all that kind of stuff. And in the beginning, I'm just gonna concentrate on selling clothes. But for right now, I think that's the just the easiest thing, because I have no money invested in a lot of these things. For some of the people that's been around for a while, I did the $100 challenge, which I haven't sold one piece out of that. So I have like 7 bags of clothes for that. I have like 6 or 7 bags of whenever I helped out that one lady, she gave me them giant gold bags of clothes. And then all the storage units, the Hoochie Mama lockers I've bought in the past, where they had all the brand new clothes out of there. So I got plenty of stuff to sell. So, but this month, I think I'm just going to buckle down and concentrate strictly on doors. Once I'm done with the doors, once I'm done with this month, because I did the math on it, I can finish all the doors and still have about a week of, rain days. So, because the doors only take 1 day a piece. Well, one of them might take 2, because it's a big door. But I'm going to get all these doors done, get everything done, and once I'm done with that, I should have enough money to cover, like 2-3 months worth of my bills. And then my plan is something a little crazy. If everything goes good by getting these doors done in March, in April, I think I'm going to just shut down and say, okay, for the month of April, I'm not going to have a vehicle. I'm basically going to put up my vehicle, just park it in the backyard, and I'm going to stay at my house and all day long live stream on Twitch and make videos and sell stuff, just all day, all night, and just go through and just see how much money I can make by just taking 1 month and committing to selling online. And it's not just, it's going to be more than just clothing. I'm going to sell everything, but I want to make it to where I don't have a vehicle at all. Like I still will, but I just don't want to use it unless it's an emergency, or if I'm going to go get stuff out of my storage unit. That'd be the only time I'd use my vehicle. But for everything else, going to Walmart, going up to the store, going to the shop, going to the post office, I'm going to walk or ride a bike, because, I need to lose some weight. Speaking of weight, on the last video I didn't mention it, but I lost to my sister for the 2nd month, which I'm not happy about. But, I only lost by like 1.5 pounds, I think it was. So, but I knew I was going to lose. I mean, she's out running like mini marathons and doing all that stuff, and I'm just struggling trying to get through the day. So, but yeah, that's why I'm just kind of thinking about switching it up a little bit. I know I'm going to be working this month, because I'm going to be building some doors, installing doors. It's going to be one heck of a month. So, but that gets me to where I can try out this pseudo retirement that I want to go into. And I figure if I can post items for 1 month, and see how much money, which this is for everybody, it's not just for me, but it's for everybody to kind of, what is someone who doesn't, I've never really sold clothing online. I've dabbled at best selling stuff online. And dabbled is even a strong word, but I've sold things, but I've never committed to just selling stuff. So I was like, so in the month of April, that's all I'm gonna do is just get things online. I'm gonna mess up, and I'm expected to. That's why I want to do the clothing, because I have no money in it. So if I mess up, I'm not really losing money, so to say, And I kind of I've watched a couple of videos on how people do it. I'm going to, I kind of cherry pick some of the best ideas that applies for my lifestyle. So, but that's the plan is, tomorrow I'm going to be going through, getting everybody's doors picked out, getting all the trim for them, basically getting all the jobs ready to where all I got to do is throw them in the truck. I got to clean out the truck tomorrow too. And then, hopefully by tomorrow night, I start calling customers and saying, this is the date that we're doing the door install, And it's going to be, 7 days a week. I'm going to work weekends, everything. I'm going to slam out these doors as quick as I can and get this stuff done. And as soon as that's done, then yeah. And I watched today while I was cleaning. Well, I shouldn't say I watched a documentary, but I was listening to a documentary. And I don't know how many people ever heard of the city of Petra, but there was a group of people there, and it was like a 2.5 hour documentary. And I'm just kind of listening about who they were and everything else. And if you don't know about Petra, the best way to if you ever watched was it Indiana Jones, where they had where it's fighting against the Nazis, and they took took the Ark of the Covenant to that one city, and it's actually called like the City of Moses or something like that. But the whole story of Petra is, hold on, let me not get ahead of myself. But Petra was that big place that's carved, like a big building carved into the side of a mountain in what's, I believe, Jordan today. The city of Jordan. So, but they, anyways, that's where all the Nazis' faces got burned off. Yay. When they opened the Ark of Covenant, and Indiana Jones was tied, and he was like, look away, look away. And anyways, that's the city of Petra. Okay, which that was part of the city of Petra. So anyways, like in the beginning, the original name before it was called Petra, it was a city of where supposedly Moses, when he brought the staff down and cracked the rock to produce water, there's actually a geological formation there that simulates that kind of action. So, it's kind of like the, I'm stopping at Arby's because I'm going to get me a sandwich while I'm out. I have not eaten much all day today. But, and if you don't know about Petra, it's really cool to study about it. It's a very unique situation, but the original location was because, it was right there in the, I guess it'd be east of Jerusalem, and, it was kind of like right in the hotbed of early civilizations. And I think it was started around like 300 BC, which is, it goes 300, 200, 100, 0, and then 100, 200 AD, in case you didn't know. But it started around like 300 BC, and, it wasn't till I think around, I think it was right around like 100 AD is when they started doing all the crazy carvings and everything. But it's a negative relief, and they took they didn't build onto it. They actually carved out the side of a mountain and formed the structure by removing dirt, which is the hardest way to do something. And if you want to do some cool research, you can look up Petra. Then you can also look up the Ellora Caves, which are in India, and they're done the same way, but to a whole different degree of difficulty. Anyways, I was learning about the civilization that was there, and you listen to it, and they never did any writing. It was a bunch of, in their words, colorful people. They wore beautiful clothing. They were very peace-loving. They avoided war, but they just traded just enough to make money. They lived in an area that no one else wanted to live in. There was like hardly any water. There was no food. You had to do really hard farming. And I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, these are the original hippies. These people they're like, hey, we're out of everybody's way. We're just going to live our own way, and we're just going to be back here chilling. And, and it wasn't, and a lot of people tried to mess with them. And they actually have, stories of where they negotiated saying, hey, we're so rich. And they were a very rich civilization. But just like, how about this? You're not going to win, because they had a very fortified location that it was only one way in, one way out. And, they had it on lock. So, and they had access to all the water because it only came from one spot. So no one else in the area had any water. So they would lock it all up and say, you can sit out there and dehydrate and die of, of not having water, or we'll just give you a little bit of money and you walk away happy. And that's what everybody did. And, a lot of people got pissed off, but they was like, hey, we're untouchable. We're in our little hole here. You can't mess with what. And it wasn't until the Romans, which the Romans left them alone for a very long time, but then all of a sudden, just one day, it just flipped over, and that's when everything kind of went crazy. But I'm trying to remember the name. I think it was called the Neophytans or something like that, but it was a very interesting group. So, and I do a lot of ancient civilization, study of ancient religions, study of, where we come from, and seeing different correlations. And, the more I learn, the more I know that what most people think of ancient civilization, they think of, hunter-gatherers and people, that don't know anything, and they're Neanderthals. That is so far. These people, they had the same problems we have today. They fought, they argued, they lived, they loved, they traded, they did every single thing. They had math, they had sciences, they had art, they had everything that we have today. And they didn't have the technology, and depending on who you talk to, they had technology that is lost. The fact that these people were doing negative relief carvings out of stone in the middle of the desert with supposed, hammers and iron tools and knocking it out, Oh, and by the way, this whole civilization did not have slavery. This is one of the few, very, very few civilization where slavery was not there. They had employees, And to be fair, in ancient history, the term slavery is, not like what the American slavery is known for. The slavery back there is basically a job. Like, some people were captured, but they still lived their lives. They still had good lives. That was their job. So I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying it's not quite what most people today think of slavery, And Hollywood has done a very bad job of depicting, when you actually go and read the scripts of the day-to-day lives of some of these people, And there was some bad people that had slaves, and I'm not trying to get into that part of it, but this particular civilization, they did not have slaves. They had just people going, and they made these, enormous buildings and structures carved out of stone. And to sit here and think that, a couple of people, they had one guy, one mason, who said, they actually thanked us, say, hey, thank you for making our mausoleum. For what it was, the family mausoleum, and it stayed in the family. You weren't allowed to trade it, give it away, sell it. You couldn't let it go bad. You had to, until the family tree ended, that was their property. They couldn't do nothing to, you couldn't give it away, you couldn't sell it, couldn't rent it, couldn't lease it. And it's actually written in a contract on the walls of this place, and they actually thank the mason for making it for them. And you think about this, and this is one person name. So, now, did he have people working for him? Probably. But, you have this giant structure to where one person makes it and knocks it out in a lifetime, and you go and look at it, and you're like, they knew things that we didn't know. So, anyways, I just thought he was going to wreck. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of, give you guys a little heads up, what I did today, but at the same time, learning about yet another wonderful civilization in the city of Petra. It's Petra, in case you're curious about it. And there's so many, which I'm going to get into talking about more of these things, and my phone is kind of going away. I apologize. But there's so many of these, more civilization I'd love to go in depth. And again, also, whenever I'm taking my time after I'm done with the jobs, I'm going to be taking a course on editing. So I've already talked with a couple people. They said it really helped them out. So doesn't cost that much either. So it's like $79. But I'm gonna take a course on editing. It's like a 1-week course, and so hopefully after that, for the month of April, I'll be able to put out some better videos. And I do want to talk about some of the stuff that's been stuck up here for a very long time, and I want to get out and just show people some of the things that I've learned, and learning about the civilizations that come before us, that the good things they've done, what they've done to make the civilization fall, because all these people, they strive to be the best. Everybody strives to be the best person for who they can be. A lot of them do it in good ways, and a lot of them do it in bad ways, and their history is written for them by others, unless you write down or make your own history. Like in the case of the city of Petra, they they didn't do any writing down of anything other than contracts for mausoleums. So that's the only writing they have is, hey, this belongs to this family and these sons and these and the wives, and they come from this lineage, and this is theirs, and you're not allowed to trade it, and and that's the only thing that they have written down, because they've never written anything else down. So anyways, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get this uploaded once I get back home, and I'm gonna grab me a quick little snack here at Arby's. And on that note, peace, love, money. I'm out.